copies of this?
Yeah, I know.
We call the crossing guards.
You gotta remember to sign it.
When they catch something juicy. Where's all the hoodlums really made of? Let me zoom in. Wait, let me zoom in. Say hi.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Opportunity High School.
It's good.
I like playing with this. It's fun.
Want me to take it out? You need parts.
That's the original script, right? No. No, you already say.
What is your reason for first wanting to get into high school?
Opportunity
High, from wanting to get an education from Opportunity High, because you don't. Your reason for not going to war is because I don't know who I'm fighting for. I don't know everybody in America. But what is your reason for coming to Opportunity High, other than the fact that you couldn't get into any other school? Like, you know, what is your reason?
If I wasn't going to school, I would be selling drugs right now.
Or in jail, or dead,
Jail.
or dead.
Or
One
dead.
to three.
Isaiah, how do you feel about that?
I mean, everybody right here, right now, is attending to Opportunity High. Whether you taking the opportunity, that's your decision, right? I know I'm taking mine. I don't care what anybody say. That's
Say
it.
that too, bro.
Period.
Do you feel like many of your peers are taking advantage of the opportunity?
Well, I don't really know.
I mean, in your
I mean,
classes,
in my
classes, do you feel
classes,
like,
There's certain specific people that I see that try, but there's certain specific people that just here to do whatever the hell they want to do.
and how does
That's
that make you
everywhere in
feel?
life.
It makes me feel like there's some ignorant people. That's it.
Like how I see it, like some of us in this school dropped out of school and couldn't get back in our old schools. So this school helped make us like, which is called opportunity, that gave us an opportunity to get back in school. Cause some of us couldn't even go back to our old schools. So this is like the chance to like get your mind straight, do your work, and then the more you do your work, the faster you get out of school. That's what you have to do. And without a high school diploma, you ain't gonna have a good job. You might have a job under like without the books, but you get a better paying job on the books.
I watched an interview with Jay-Z and Warren Buffett just a while ago. And then Jay-Z said something to the effect that his 6th grade teacher brought him on a field trip to her house. And at the time she had a refrigerator with a dispenser where you get water and ice. But at the time it was a very uncommon feature. And in his environment, he'd never been exposed to something like that. But it was that made him want something that he never had. You know, so that exposure is very key. And if you've been on...
That's what I think is the problem here.
In
That
college,
we're having. I don't think that a lot of these young people
have been exposed.
I mean, it breaks.
Or if they
it
open
breaks-
themselves up to allow to be exposed, because when they're given the opportunity, they say, "Nah, I'm not staying till 4:30.
That's
Why
late.
I want to do that? That's late, right?" Young man
Yeah,
just
but
said
had
that's
you
late.
left, you would have never met these people. You would have never even know they were here.
Right, because I ain't gonna do that. I got something else to do. So when you give them the opportunity, you say,
Do me a
"You gotta
favor.
study this,
Do me a
study
favor before
this,"
y'all leave.
and they know.
We have not progressed in education. We have degressed in education. So the education that you are getting, don't let anyone rob you of that education. Because you are not going any damn place in life without education. You know, the old stand in the street, you can bullshit the baker and get a bun, You can bullshit me, you don't get none. You know, that's the old saying. So remind that. And like this man right here, he don't want to be behind. He want to be. One day he may be in front of the camera. You know, he likes to be behind, and he can learn that.
We rolling, so whenever y'all keep it rolling.
About to do this little thing real quick.
You leaving right after that?
What's your name and where you from?
My name David Morale. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Born and raised.
Born and raised there?
Yeah,
Well, how old are you?
17. Soon be 18 in a couple weeks.
What year were you born in?
I was born October 5th, 92.
92. Okay. You lived in Hartford all your life?
All my life.
And how's that been?
It's good. It's great. It's where I'm from, so I gotta set there. I gotta love it, you know what I mean?
What you do for a living?
Right now, I'm just going to school, trying to get my high school diploma.
What school is that?
Opportunity High School.
Opportunity?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Where is it?
It's on Asylum Avenue, Asylum and Surgeon.
Have you, what does it take to make you happy?
Just had to make me happy. I like money.
Like money?
Yeah, money make me happy.
Money make you happy. Okay. What kind of house you want to live in?
I want to live on like my own land, little beach, luxury house.
Where about?
I don't really know yet, but something that I never thought I'd be able to see.
Okay, what's your plan on how to get that?
My plan is to do screenwriting, screenplay writing, or being a director.
Oh, okay. So you're interested in filmmaking?
Yeah.
Have you ever made any film? No. But you working towards it?
I can't hear you?
But you working towards it?
Yes.
Okay. You got a lot of friends?
I got a lot of friends, somewhat you could say, yeah.
All right. What are they doing right now?
Most of the people I really hang with, they out of school. I'm not the youngest one.
Oh, okay, so they've gotten their diploma.
Some of them got their diploma, some of them didn't get their diploma.
Okay. But they still your friends?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you tell someone right now who doesn't have their diploma?
I tell my cousin all the time, you should go back, because it's hard out here without no diploma or without no job. You can't really get a job.
And what's his response?
I mean, he listened, but it seemed like he don't want to listen right now. Like, I don't know.
How can you tell that?
By his actions, like.
Which are?
Like, I mean, he listened to me, but he still do his own thing. He ain't trying to hear what nobody's saying right now.
So what does education mean to you?
Education? Education means a future for yourself. Be successful.
And success, how you define success?
Find success being when you have no stress, no worries. You could just wake up and you could just do whatever you feel like and just live life the way you want to live it.
Right now, do you feel like that's in your future?
Do I feel like I'm going to lead to successful? No doubt.
Why you say that?
I say that because like I got goals for myself. I know I'm going to get I know I got to get somewhere. And, you know, take my family out the hood or whatever case may be. You know, just got to work hard at what you're doing. Believe in what you're going to do.
You need a college education to make money.
That's what they're saying.
Well, I wasn't really planning on going to college, but I'm still thinking about it. Still have a little bit of time left.
How much time?
Not a lot, cause time go by like this.
They do. You got anything to say to the camera? Anything you want to just put out there?
Just
just get the education, man, because time go by fast, you feel me? I seen a lot of people just take life for granted, and you don't want to do that. You want to be in that hole. That's it, really.
When I got held back, I think that was like a serious wake-up call because, I mean, to other people it might not be that serious because there's people that didn't get left back 3, 4, 5 times and still don't get the message, you know? Me, all it took for me was to get held back once and seeing that I was in a classroom full of, I'm 18, I'm in a classroom full of 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. That's not where I want to be, you know? I was supposed to graduate already. I shouldn't even be in a school.
Has things changed for you since you become a student at Opportunity High?
Since I've become a student at Opportunity
Has
High,
anything changed? Has it influenced you in any way, or has it, you know?
it makes me want to be more involved, like in school activities. Because to be honest, years back, I would never stay in school till 4:30. You know, I would never be in school a whole regular school day. I'm leaving early. I can't be in school that long. That was me back in the day. Now it's like I come in early and I leave at the time that I'm supposed to leave. You know, I think that's what changed me as a student, and I think that's what makes me realize that I am taking things more serious.
And do you think it's preparing you? What do you think that's preparing you for?
A better life. You know, more success.
Could you explain some of your frustrations?
My frustrations in the school is seeing kids that don't realize that after this school, it's nothing else, you know? And some of these kids are already 17, 18, 19 years old, and you still don't get the message, you know? And that's what frustrates me because I'm like, how can you not take yourself serious? You're in a school that if you don't graduate out of here, you're really not gonna be anything. So what's the point? Why are you joking around? Take care of your business.
And how often do you experience that frustration?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And
you know,
why is it every day?
because it's every day that kids come to school and they just don't care. Kids, I don't want to say most of the kids here, but some of the kids that are here who I have classes with, who I, don't even know, but see them at lunch or in the hallways, they don't, just by looking at them, you can tell that they don't take themselves seriously. They're just here probably because their parents made them come here, or because they just here just to be here.
So you're saying you experience, it frustrates you having to be in a school where most people don't take their future seriously?
Exactly. More than enough kids that act that way. Because at the same time that I see the kids who don't care, I do see a whole group of kids, a big group of kids that look at them like, and they're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. So when I see that, it probably makes me feel a little better. But I just feel like the kids who don't act like they need to be here, if you don't want to be here, don't come. Because I know, me personally, I know a lot of my friends that could have come here, and can't because the school's too full or whatever, You're taking up spots that could be given to people who want to make a difference.
So these are, they're just wasting slots.
Exactly.
And they should be taking advantage of the opportunity.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that. You said it right there. You're an example of taking accountability. Only the strong survive. The fittest of the fit, and you are the fit one. So that's the story we're trying to tell. Basically, at the end of the story, my hope is that you're able to encourage others who come behind you to take it more seriously. Like this ain't a game. What else
and
you
I
do?
want to, because you should hear some of the males in the school talk, like, oh, for my 18th birthday, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And they're just so excited on just turning 18. And I had an argument about this in my computer class a couple of days ago with the males in that class, because they're like, oh, my 18th birthday, and they're so excited. I'm like, what about your 21st or your 30th, or I got to make it through 18 first? You don't know how ignorant you sound, To me, that sounds very ignorant that a boy is just waiting for his 18th birthday, like, oh yeah, I made it, I didn't get shot, or I'm still alive. That's very ignorant. And they shouldn't think like that, no matter what their environment is.
Wow.
what you're saying is that the expectations are so low that for themselves, you know, they don't really expect much of themselves, you know, let alone what, no matter what someone else has, expects you to accomplish or be in life, you know, once it's internalized that you don't expect much out of your life, you know, that's a sad story. You know, I understand that fully. Hopelessness, you know, it's not, joblessness isn't the epidemic that's a problem in America, it's purposelessness, you know, because your gift will make room for you, right? But, you know, I'm sure you said you want to be a psychologist, so, you know, the studying and the reading and the preparation that goes into becoming a psychiatrist, and that your college experience will enrich you with so much and give you so many choices, you know, but without that purpose, where would all that energy go? You know, so much potential will be wasted. You know, so I guess part of it is identifying first that you can set high expectations for yourself, and then taking the steps to pursue it. You know, and you think you go through that and then become jobless? No, it doesn't work that way. You know, if you're gifted at what you do, it will make room for you. You know, simple as that, simple and plain. I can't. I just can't see it any other way. I'm a testament of it. So, you know, you'll be very successful. And it's good to see that outlook. That's, you know, that's a powerful thing. Very good.